Next topic is angular acceleration. The time rate of change of angular velocity of a particle is called its angular acceleration. If delta omega is the change in angular velocity in time delta t, then average angular acceleration is equal to delta omega upon delta t. Take this equation number 1. Next is instantaneous acceleration. The limiting value of average acceleration when delta t approaches to 0. So here alpha is equal to limit delta t approaches to 0 delta omega upon delta t. Here delta omega upon delta t represents the average angular acceleration as from equation number 1. Clear? Or here alpha represents the instantaneous angular acceleration. Clear? So now this expression can also be written as alpha is equal to d omega upon dt. So this represents the instantaneous angular acceleration. Clear? So take this equation number 2. Unit of angular acceleration is radian per second, because alpha, that is the instantaneous angular acceleration, is equal to d omega upon dt. We know omega, that is the angular velocity, is equal to d theta upon dt, means angular displacement upon time, and the unit used for d theta is radian, unit used for time is second. So the unit of angular velocity is radian per second. So when we put here, so alpha is equal to radian per second upon second. Clear? So after solving, we get the unit of angular acceleration is radian per second square. Clear? Next is dimensional formula. The dimensional formula for the angular acceleration is m0 L0 t minus 2, because angular acceleration is equal to, here we write expression for the average angular acceleration. So alpha is equal to delta omega upon delta t. Put the value of delta omega here, that is delta theta upon delta t, and we get alpha, that is the angular acceleration, is equal to delta theta upon delta t. This corresponds to delta omega, and delta t correspond to this. So alpha is equal to delta theta upon delta t square. Clear? And we know angle is dimensionless, so here we put 1 delta t square, which represent time. Time is written as capital T whole square. So in dimensional analysis, we get m0 L0 t raised to power minus 2. So this is the dimensional formula for the angular acceleration. Next is relation between linear acceleration, angular acceleration and radius. Since v is equal to r omega, here v represents the linear velocity, here omega represents the angular velocity, and r represents the radius. Clear? So differentiating both sides of equation number 1 with respect to time, what we get? dv upon dt, which is equal to dr omega upon dt. So dv upon dt is equal to, take r outside of this differentiation, so r within bracket d omega upon dt, because r is a constant and we know if object is moving in a circular path, let us suppose at any instant object is at point A and at another instant object reaches at point B. So here OA represents the radius of this circular motion and OB also represents the radius. So it is clear that the radius of the circular path remains same, so that is constant. So here we use this differentiation formula, that the derivative of c into x, here c represents a constant, upon dt. Clear? So if c is constant, we can take c out of this differentiation, so we get c dx upon dt. So here in place of c we have r, or in place of x we have omega. Clear? So we get dv upon dt is equal to d omega upon dt within bracket into r. So here d omega upon dt is alpha, which represents the instantaneous angular acceleration. So dv upon dt represented by symbol a, which represent the linear acceleration, which is equal to alpha. Here alpha is instantaneous angular acceleration, into r represents the radius of the circular path. Clear? So in vector notation it can also be written as a vector is equal to alpha vector cross r vector.